Alright, so I've decided that instead of just doing vlogs here, I'm also going to do rants because I can and because the world is full of things that are not very good and I want to complain about them because I'm allowed to. Because that makes me sound, that makes me sound so positive about everything. Whatever. I don't need to sound positive about things because that's not real. But no, I'll get to that and later. I'm going to talk today about things. I'm going to preface this, however, by saying that if you're the kind of person who likes to go out and party all night and drink the alcohols and smoke the marijuanas and have the sexes with the ladies or the dudes, depending on who you are or what you like, I don't have a problem. We're fine, I don't judge you based on that because that's not who you are. That's just what you like to do. You could not know a single thing about video games and still be a decent person, in my mind. And that's how I think of it. However, it's also okay to live like me, where you stay inside all day, where you don't prefer to be out with other people, or simply can't because of a social phobia, like what I actually have, by the way, diagnosed at age 3, where you're asexual, again, just like me, so you don't want the sexes, where you don't have access to alcohols and dirgses, so you can't do that kind of stuff. Basically what I'm saying is, what it comes down to is it's one of the worst things in the world that I've ever seen, to judge someone based on their lifestyle, their life choices, things they can't even help. I'm full of things I can't help, for example. Me never wanting to have sex is all a part of something that can't be controlled by me. That's something that I discovered about myself, not something I decided I wanted to be. It goes back to the whole homosexuality thing, and I'm totally cool with that too. I'm a big supporter of gay rights and everything. Big supporter. Definitely. It comes down to that. It's really not a choice. You don't have a choice. And even if you did, why would you choose to be the most hated minority in the world at this point? Or one of them? Why would someone choose to be that way? They wouldn't. You'd have to be an idiot or suicidal to choose that. Or just really, really proud of yourself. And in that case, I'd have to give you props. But no, it's not like that. It's not like you get to choose. Now, staying dormant or going out and partying, that's your choice. And that's just it. That's a choice. It's up to you what you want to do with your life. If you're the type that likes to go out and be around people all the time, go for it. I'm not going to stop you. However, if I'm the type that likes to stay inside all day, why should you try and pull me out? Why would you try and do that to anyone? See, the measure of fun to me is not what you're doing, just whether or not you enjoy doing it. Some people say that certain sports are boring, but to other people it can be the most exciting thing of their lives. Some people say that staying inside all day has to be simply the most boring thing ever. I say that it's a great way to live, personally. I mean, because if it gives enjoyment, for one thing, and that's really all that matters, but it keeps you out of trouble too. But then again, I'm not really one to care about getting into trouble because I could go into that at another time. I'm not going to say anything about that now. Anyways, I stay inside all day. I get on the Tumblrs, I get on the YouTubes, I occasionally check Twitter. I'll sit down and play some video games, that kind of stuff. And it's not easy to go out all the time. I can't do it, for one thing, because there's always something I'd rather be doing inside. Or, at my own house. Or just away from people in general, I have social phobias. I can't really be around people for very long without freaking out. If it's just one person or two people, then it's not as big of a deal. Especially if it's just one. If it's just one, I'm fine. But if it's like 2 or more people, then it could be a bit of a problem. But if it's like more than 4 and then me, then I kind of lock up and can't talk. Yeah, I have major social issues, so. But, people don't know that, and so they judge me for not going out ever. Why does it matter to you what I do? Why do you care so much? Do you think you're doing me a kindness by trying to force me to live a certain way? That's not a kindness. That's not even freedom. Yeah, I have the freedom to go outside if I want to. I also have the freedom to be dormant. And that's what I prefer. That's why it's freedom. You have the freedom to do what you like, and not what society tells you is cool to do. And that's my piece on that. Is basically, it's the worst thing to judge someone based on that kind of stuff. Judge them based on being fat or skinny, ugly or purty. Yes, I said purty like that on purpose because I do that. Gay or straight or bisexual, transgendered, undecided, asexual, atheist, Christian, black, white, Mexican, Asian, etc. The list goes on. It goes into that whole hatred thing. Except in this case, it's mostly talking about people hating what they don't understand. And they hate it, and they rebel against it, and they lash out at you for it, just because they don't get it. They don't get why you could enjoy that, or why you could be terrified of doing the alternative. People don't want to understand that kind of stuff. There's no way. Because they're afraid of it. They're afraid of that lifestyle. And so they don't bother to learn or educate themselves about you or what you do. And so it becomes personal attacks on, to pick a random example, a Facebook status, and where the person who goes out a lot says something to you along the lines of, to pick another random example, saying, "No wonder you've never had a girlfriend before," for example. Just because I stay inside doesn't mean I haven't dated. I've dated just fine. I take my time with these kinds of things because, I don't know, a relationship is kind of, serious. That's how I take it. I take it seriously. Because I figure that's how it's supposed to be done. Now, I don't go too far too fast here, nothing like that. I just take things seriously because it's not a joke to me. If someone legitimately has feelings for you, you shouldn't be taking that as a joke. Or just as nothing. Just think about how much bravery it not only took them to admit to themselves that they feel that way, but to admit to you. That's something worth appreciating. But I'm getting on a different rant in its entirety. Anyways, I've said my piece. I'm going to be wow, I just messed that up line so badly. Yeah, I need to learn to read sometimes. No. I've said my piece. I'm done. I'm 2:47 in the morning. I'm gonna go sauna my eyebrows because I can.